Greetings, denizens of the multiverse. This is a bad Clancy Gilroy impression. No, just kidding. This is Jacob Rewind, and welcome to the very first episode of My Ticket's Your Ticket. Boo, 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 boo. The greatest, simplest, most opinionated movie review podcast of all time. I am super excited to have you here. Thank you for coming down to my little podcast, and let's hop right into it. So what's this podcast about? I saw 3 movies so that you, lovely listener, only need to see one. So, I saw these movies a while ago. I think about 2 weeks now. I've been procrastinating doing the podcast for a while, but I'm done procrastinating. I'm pulling myself up by my bootstraps, oiling up a couple of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia quotes and slapping them into a podcast. So anyways, the 3 movies that I saw in the theaters were Bros, Amsterdam, and Lyle Lyle Crocodile. So let's start with talking about Amsterdam. So first of all, the really interesting thing about 2 of these movies, Bros and Amsterdam, is that one way you can compare them is in Amsterdam, everyone in the movie is famous. And in Bros, everyone in the movie is gay. And between the 2 of them, I kind of think the one where everyone was gay was a little better, but I could be a little biased. But first of all, let's talk about Amsterdam. Now, Amsterdam was not the kind of movie that I typically enjoy. It was a little bit of a historical drama. But I had some problems with it. I found that it wasn't very exciting. It starts out huge. I'm not going to spoil the opening for you, but the opening is absolutely explosive. It's just a real shocker of an opening that really gets you excited and gets you into this historical story, but the movie never really tops that moment. My favorite part of the whole movie is there's a scene where, Jesus Christ, I wanted to call him Christopher Walken. Christian Bale is the main character of the film, not Christopher Walken. No, Christian Bale's character has a glass eye, and there is a scene where he's talking to someone and he's looking at them, and as he's talking, his glass eye slowly starts to point in the other direction, and that was brilliant. That got a hard laugh out of me and really made me happy. But that was my favorite part of the movie, and it probably wasn't supposed to be my favorite part of the movie. Everybody in it does great at acting, and there's a lot of scenes with multiple great actors acting around each other, and it makes for some fantastic scenes. But other than that opening, the movie never really surprised me or challenged me in any way. I'm trying to think of what else to say about it. Hold on. I can't remember what the heck else I want to say, but if you're into historical drama, if you like any of the actors who are in the movie, maybe go see Amsterdam. It could be a fun time, but, not that memorable, didn't leave a huge impact on me, didn't really love it. Bros, on the other hand, let's move on to my second movie of the week. Bros was fantastic. It was awesome to see a gay rom-com just be a gay rom-com, and it did a lot of things structurally that were really weird, but I really enjoyed all of it. Maybe I need to watch more rom-coms. Personally, it wasn't my favorite rom-com I've ever seen. If you want a really good rom-com that you don't have to go to the theaters to see, and if you've got an Amazon Prime Video membership, I would strongly recommend I Want You Back. I Want You Back is mind-bogglingly good. I've watched it multiple times. I love all the characters in it so much. I didn't have as much love for Bobby and Aaron, the main characters of Bros, but the plot and the story is really complex, and the characters have a lot of levels and layers to them, and it's just really awesome watching 2 boys kiss on the big screen. What can I say? It's really awesome seeing that, because not every movie has that, and not every movie that does have that is great. But this is a movie that had that and was great, and it's got a really great ending and a good flow to it. if you had, and I'll just spoil this right now, if you had one ticket to see out of all of these 3 movies, I would recommend Bros. Strongly recommend Bros. It was a good watch, very entertaining, a little horny, and that's fine. That can be fine. Now, I cannot begin to describe how disappointed I was in Lyle Lyle Crocodile. There were a few different choices for movies I could have seen, and I decided to take a risk on Lyle Lyle Crocodile because I like kids' movies, I like animated movies. I thought movie about a singing crocodile might put a smile on my face. I felt like the most cynical jerk sitting in the theater. I had a book open in front of me that I was taking notes on the movie on while I was watching. I was so removed from the film. First of all, the movie is about a crocodile that can sing but not talk, and it's really frustrating and very annoying. It's really, really annoying, and it makes for some very awkward scenes where they will talk to the alligator and he'll just like not say do anything or say it's weird. It's a musical, but the crocodile is really the only one who sings, and it's about him being a performer, so most of the musical numbers are him performing musical numbers anyway, and there's only one part of the movie where another one of the characters joins him in singing. It's one of the better parts of the movies, I can't remember it. The throw out the recipe. They're talking about cooking and about how you should go off the books and live in the moment, and he's singing with the main character's mom, and it's great. It's not good, but it's great. The 2 best parts of the movie were Javier Bardem was exceptional. He plays like this fantastical performer character who's trying to make it in New York, and he's so charming. The best parts of the movies was where he was singing with the crocodile. Those were fantastic. The main theme of the movie is this song that they keep singing, Take a Look at Us Now, and I would recommend looking elsewhere. And that joke will only make sense if you see the movie, which I don't recommend you do. The other great part about it was, I need to Google an actor's name. Brett Gelman! Brett Gelman, who you may know as the conspiracy theory nut in Stranger Things, or Mike, the talking psilocybin mushroom from Inside Job. He's in the movie. He plays the villain. I wish he was in it more. I wish his character was a bit more extreme. This was the worst part of Lyle Lyle Crocodile, is it's a family comedy, and I laughed one time, and it was in a scene with Brett Gelman. Brett Gelman's character is like this crazy cat man, like the crazy cat lady you may recognize, but it's a crazy cat man this time. He plays a crazy cat man, and there's one scene where he's asleep in his bed and he's wearing a Cats the Musical t-shirt, and that got me. That one bit of extremity, that definitely got me. And there's nothing else to say about Lyle Lyle Crocodile. It's a very unremarkable movie. It made me so sad. There's a bit of a funny moment where Lyle Lyle Crocodile eats a cat, which then has to be saved for kind of like a funny kind of save the cat joke, but it wasn't really done well. The movie repeats itself. Like, he has the bit with the kid, and then repeats the bit with the mom, and then repeats the bit with the dad, and it just gets really repetitive and boring. The cat shirt got a laugh, and it's frustrating because it's about an alligator who has stage fright and won't sing in front of people, but he's constantly singing, so it just makes you want to rip your eyes out and go, just sing in front of the people! But yeah, it was a fun movie that I did not have any fun with. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of the first episode of My Ticket's Your Ticket! Boo, 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 boo. If you had one ticket out of these 3 movies, I would recommend you see Bros. It's a fantastic film. I watched it with my mom, and there were 0 awkward moments. Just kidding. There was like a couple awkward moments. I mentioned the movie gets a little bit horny, which is fine. I hope you enjoyed listening. If you enjoyed this, please, 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 the best way you can support this podcast is by sharing this podcast with others, and I hopefully get more viewers and eventually become a millionaire. I don't know. I read one book on podcasting and think that I can do it now. But I really enjoyed seeing these movies. I really enjoyed the experience of going to the theater 3 times, and I plan on doing it again. So if you'd like to listen to me do it again, subscribe to the podcast. I'm posting this on Anchor. I don't really know how it works. I think you can follow me and leave a review. I'll figure this out and get better at it as I go. But this has been episode 1. Thank you for listening. And ladies and gentlemen and ladies, thank you for listening. Oh, and remember to be kind and rewind.